The Tuna Oven Incident. On the morning of October 11, 2012, 62-year-old Jose Milena began his shift at the Bumblebee Foods plant in Santa Fe Springs, California. He had worked there for years and knew the routine well. The factory was massive, filled with forklifts, towering pallets of canned fish, and the constant hum of machinery. At the heart of the operation were industrial ovens, pressure cookers large enough to hold thousands of cans at once. That morning, just before 5 a.m., Milena started loading carts full of tuna into one of the ovens. Each cart rolled on tracks, pushed inside one after another. Once full, the steel door closed tight and the cycle began, heating to more than 270 degrees Fahrenheit under intense steam. At some point, Milena stepped inside to check the carts. Amid the noise and chaos, no one noticed. A co-worker, unaware he was inside, sealed the door and started the cycle. For the next 2 hours, the factory ran as usual. When workers finally opened the oven, they were horrified to find Milena inside. He had been trapped the entire time, his life ending in unimaginable pain. It became one of California's most horrifying industrial accidents, a routine day ending in tragedy. The acid tank incident, February 9, 2019, at Michigan Seamless Tube in South Lyon, Michigan. 54-year-old Daniel Hill was assigned to check the plant's acid tanks, massive open vats filled with hot sulfuric acid heated to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. The acid stripped rust from steel tubes before processing. At 12:20 p.m., Hill walked across the slick platform above one of the tanks. The air was thick with acidic mist, stinging the nose and throat. Suddenly, he slipped and fell directly into the vat. Nearby workers rushed to pull him out, dragging him free within moments, but the damage was catastrophic. The acid burned through his clothing and flesh instantly. They rushed him to a safety shower, water pouring over him, but it was too late. The burns covered nearly his entire body. Despite emergency treatment, Hill endured 11 agonizing hours before succumbing to his injuries. Federal investigators later issued fines, but nothing could undo the pain or bring him back. The Burrito Grinder Incident, July 13, 2025, Vernon, California. A 19-year-old sanitation worker began his night shift at Tina's Burritos factory. His job? Cleaning the enormous meat grinder after hours. The machine, as large as a car, was fitted with steel blades designed to shred meat and beans in seconds. Shortly before 9:30 p.m., the grinder roared to life while he was still inside cleaning. His clothing caught, pulling him toward the spinning blades. He screamed as co-workers ran to stop the machine, but the nightmare unfolded too fast. By the time it shut down, it was too late. The teenager, just starting his adult life, lost it all in moments of unbearable pain. First responders could only confirm the tragedy, leaving his family shattered by a loss that never should have happened. The Printing Press Incident. February 27, 2013, Los Angeles, California. Golden State Container's massive printing presses thundered constantly, stamping and cutting cardboard into shipping boxes. Each machine was the size of a truck, pulling sheets of cardboard through its rollers at incredible speed. 26-year-old Jorge Perez had worked there before, familiar with the dangers. But danger fades when routine takes over. That morning, as the press roared, Perez moved too close. In an instant, the rollers caught him, dragging him inside. Workers slammed the emergency stop. Firefighters arrived, dismantling the machine piece by piece. But by the time they freed him, Perez was gone. The machine built for cardboard had claimed a life in seconds, leaving co-workers stunned into silence. The Iron Pot Incident, June 2, 2022, Mapleton, Illinois. At Caterpillar's foundry, giant open pots of molten iron glowed like miniature suns, each holding thousands of pounds of metal, heated beyond 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat hit workers like a wall as they stepped onto the platform. 39-year-old Stephen Dirks, just 9 days on the job, approached one pot to take a sample. With no guardrails in place, one misstep proved fatal. He slipped, falling straight into the molten metal. At that heat, there was no chance of survival, not even for a second. The foundry floor fell silent. First responders could do nothing. The pot had to cool for days before inspectors could even investigate. Federal officials later fined the company for failing to protect workers, but for Dirks and his family, it was far too late.